Hello and welcome to another edition of Bombers Blitz on the College Football Mafia Network. I'm your host, Nathan Bomber Brown, and with me are two who are becoming fast friends, guys that have helped us in shows in the past and that have been contributors on their own. That would be Rec Talk and Fergie. How we doing, guys?
Good. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
You guys are too laid back. So
So
we're talking. Go
We
ahead.
got to start
Rec.
slow.
Before we get into because this is crucial for the record. All right, it's
Okay.
absolutely crucial. Can you tell everyone why 5 downs is not an advantage? Just so we all can know that.
Okay, having 5 downs is not good. That's not the rules of football. But the way that event went down, the truth of the moment and the sequence and the fact that the entire stadium didn't realize the down didn't change on second, and it
That
was a
doesn't make it
spike.
right, though. Come on now.
No. Okay, here's the deal, though.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Okay, the idea that
with Tony Robbins, you doing some Tony Robbins to justify 5 downs?
okay, read all the stories from every player on every team and every coach about how that happened.
Yeah, I'll get right on reading every story of every player on every team. Yeah.
Do you know the referees were suspended the next game, and the guy spent his whole life almost fearing having to referee again because of his mistake.
What does that have to do with 5 downs being an advantage? I hate
Because
that
we
the
didn't-
ref feared for his life.
So here's
But
the question:
honestly, probably should.
do you think we ran 5 actual plays?
What did you do? You didn't run 5. So
Spike,
this is what I don't
run,
get.
spike, run.
So what? Yeah, that's a. I don't know. Maybe they didn't come to Colorado and tell you spiking the ball is a play.
Understood. But
Yeah. So
we spiked it on what we believed was 3rd down based on this markers. Period.
Okay, so
Every
let's slow down a little bit. We are literally talking
Good start.
history
Good
now.
start.
This is we're talking Georgia Tech versus Colorado.
talking about
We
their
wanna
fake
talk about
national title.
Absolutely.
Oh,
There we
coaches
go.
love.
So
Hey,
let's
but we
talk about
still
the now.
no. Let's go.
All right, we can put that to bed. Just now, keep that in mind as we talk about this. But here, yeah, we can talk about this game. Let's talk about this game.
Go.
Go ahead. What? So,
No,
look,
Bomber, you got to tee us up. You got to tee us up.
I just you guys are so passionate about your schools. Hey, I could go for hours representing BYU, but I don't play either of you guys this weekend.
well,
so.
first of all, I assume you're a Colorado fan pre Deion Sanders, right?
Yeah, 35 plus years.
So this is where I do need to apologize to you because you're getting caught in the crossfire of basically a bunch of zombies that are the Walking Dead that don't know anything about that don't care anything about your school. They're just there because of the Deion effect, and once he's gone, that'll be it. So I don't have a problem with Colorado fans. I was born in Colorado,
Nice.
even though it doesn't sound like it. But I don't have a problem with you guys. It's the people that comment things on my videos like "you a lame" that I have more of an issue with, and that say the secret sauce to you winning this game is cover 2 defense. I can't tell you how much of that I've heard. Cover 2 defense. No one's thought of this shit before. Cover 2 defense, right? So tell us what do you think is going to happen in the game? Do you think you guys are going to win?
I think we have a chance to win. I think it's going to be an amazing game. I see why you're favored.
Come on, man. Do you think who do you think is going to win?
I personally, I will be there in person, and I do believe we will win the game at the end of the game. I believe we have the ability to win the game at the end of the game because of matchups. Is equally, you use the term zombie. I consider these to be mirror teams.
You're the Deion Sanders fans. I said we're zombies. I don't think your team's zombies.
No. I agree. What I'm trying to use another analogy that says that in a way, this team, the Colorado team that we're putting on the field this year, let's throw away the last 2 years. That was the team that was Shadur and Travis's team. This team was built for this year, for this period. We're going to try to start a new era with Julian Lewis starting part of this year and next couple years. And we got to run with Caden Salter, who I know I heard your comments about Caden Salter. Caden Salter and Haynes King have had similar careers in terms of how they played the game, their yardages, their running, their touchdowns. It's eerie how much this is going to look. And I'm very excited having someone who watched it in the 90s to watch the ball be ran down the field instead of just drop back, flee for 20 yards and chuck it. I love what we're going to try to do
That's fair.
tomorrow night.
I think
Love
so.
So let's say we had a fantasy draft for this game. You could pick whoever you want to be your quarterback. Would you pick Haynes King or Caden Salter?
Oof. I'd pick Haynes King only because of the level of play. Liberty is Liberty, but I think he's a great player. Funny story is I've seen Haynes King play in Denver at Mile High, and he broke his leg or whatever at the Colorado game for Texas
A&M
A&M.
when he was
A&M,
I didn't know.
A&M in 21 played Colorado at Mile High. It was a shitty 10-7 game when we sucked, and Haynes King started and then broke his leg. And so Haynes King has been to Colorado once. I wish him better luck than the last one in terms of physical health.
Sure, I think Caden Salters is a decent quarterback, if not good. He's thrown for 7,000 yards in a career. I do agree with you bringing up the level of play more. So this is what I'm talking about with Sean. Colorado is more talented this year. No, who takes that seriously? Is I guess this is what I get inundated with. You lose your whole offense. And I know you say set last year aside, but when we're looking at especially a week 1 game, it's all relative to last year. Mm-hmm. So if Georgia Tech was without, if they graduated Haynes King last year, Jamal Haynes, their top 4 wide receivers, you'd be saying, and I would be too, clearly they're not as good. This is what gets me irritated.
Yeah, you're right in the sense of if we're going to play it just on paper versus on the field versus the end of last year. But I would argue just from a pure how we built the team, who we have a lot more steak and less sizzle. The sizzle was unreal. Travis Hunter, I watched him play his games here. It's one of the greatest players.
Positions. You didn't build a team.
We've been building the trenches finally.
This year, magically, we're not going to see 40-something sacks against your quarterback.
Well, we're not going to see 40 sacks, and we're going to see a running back, and we're going to see a tight end, and we're not going to see what we ran the last 2 years for old school Buff fans was entertaining as hell, but hard to watch. And it's who we were, and it's how we won, and it was an entertaining 9-4. But against Kansas and BYU and Kansas State, damn it, if you would have ran the ball, you would have had a lot better time, trying to win a game. And the theory that you had 4 NFL wide receivers and a really good quarterback, that's true. But if you ever watch Pat Shurmur's interviews, the guy looks like he was dying inside, having to run 10 personnel and having to not be, know who Pat Shurmur is. Pat Shurmur is NFL Shanahan, tight ends, stretch. I mean,
who was hamstrung by your coach.
Amen. And the quarterback.
You fired the previous OC because you wanted to pad Shador's stats. To me, this is worrying for the guy who's ultimately in charge of your team, that he would make decisions for an individual above his team. Now, Shador's gone now, but now there's this huge question mark of how is he going to coach? Because this is crazy. Deion has never coached a quarterback in the entire time he's been a coach that wasn't his son.
Correct.
It's bizarre. There's a lot of things that are specific just to this Colorado team. So let me ask you this. How do you think he's going to handle your quarterbacks? Is he going to be Spurrier-like and just jerking people in and out because they're not his son? Is he going to treat them more like his son where they get all this leverage to do whatever? What do you think?
I think he'll finally be the coach he's supposed to be. I think not being a dad and being just the coach is the greatest thing that could free up his brain and his mind and his heart and soul. He knew Caden Salter when he was 10 years old. He used his brother, who's on our team, played at his youth club in Texas. There's a family connection to Salter, and there's a family connection to Julian Lewis. I know it's weird, but
so he can't have a quarterback that he doesn't have some familial bond to.
Well, the reason a familiar bond mattered is we needed a quarterback, even though Julian is going to be just the greatest ever.
Really good, by the way. I think Julian.
Well, you got to see him in Georgia, so therefore, yeah. But I think we needed someone to bridge. I think Salter was the top one in the portal. There was a family connection. We also got his brother as a backup linebacker. We liked his family. I mean, Prime is the Kevin Bacon of football.
I think Colorado is an easy punching bag, right? We all know this.
Oh, it's a fun punching bag, and we love it. We love it.
Well, they punch at everyone else. I mean, it's not like they're some innocent bystander.
Oh no, I'm not saying that, Rick.
Yeah.
But I am saying
we're assholes. That's
you
no
can
doubt.
get
Yes,
in
you
the
are.
mode where it's a personality, not a team, right? And that's kind of the concern.
Yes, and
that
I
Rick
mean,
brought
okay,
up.
let's think about it though from the standpoint of different levels. As a business, as saving a program from death, Prime was the only one in the world who could get us off the mat from just being a pile of garbage created by an administration that did not care about
Right.
football for the last 20 years.
Right.
I try to
100%.
tell people the story that in the 90s, we were the old guard. We had bags of cash. We had cool guys. We were in Compton. We had players.
What? You're in Compton.
Well, have you ever watched the World According to Mac? I mean, the reason he could recruit Darian Hagan to be our quarterback was Hagan was committed to Nebraska. McCartney
goes in and showed him the mountains, didn't
he?
No.
No. Yeah, he showed him the mountains, but McCartney went to Compton, sat with Darian Hagan and his mom, and said, "You can't go to Nebraska because you can't wear red around town." Bloods back in the day. That's how he recruited. It's hilarious.
So we talked a lot about Colorado. I want to hear about Georgia Tech. Tell me why Georgia Tech just blows the brakes off of Colorado, right?
Please.
I'm not saying they're going to blow the brakes off of them. I do think Georgia Tech wins this game by more than 2 scores, though. Okay. And look, this is, if you watch my videos, this is a retread. But Georgia Tech brings back everything they don't. They bring back Haynes King, who's on anyone's list is top 3 or 5 in the ACC. Jamal Haynes is a top 10 running back in the country, most likely. He's really good. They bring in a guy from Penn State Penn State has 2 really good running backs. I wish we had one of them coming in, but from Penn, that's really good. They lose Eric Singleton Jr., who was all ACC, and bring in All-American Eric Rivers. They bring back Malik Rutherford. They do lose 3 offensive linemen, which is a question mark, but offensively, there's a reason, and I don't agree with all of it, that people have Tech as a dark horse for the ACC this year.
I've got them 4th in mine, if I remember right. If they get some breaks, they could win the whole thing.
I'm not saying that, but a lot of people do. I feel I can't go into that. I'm doing what someone else does. A lot of people say it.
Yeah, well, I wasn't trying to set you up either. That wasn't a setup, I promise.
I think Brent Key, look, experience in coaching matters. There's a ton of experience on Tech staff. I get, and look, I know I'm talking about Colorado a little bit. I'm not impressed with bringing in a bunch of ex-NFL guys that have 0 coaching experience. Brent Key's been there. Brent Key was on Saban's staff. Brent Key's been in big games. They even asked Clayton Powell-Lee about it, and everyone made some big friggin' snafu about it, about playing in Boulder, and, you're going to be able to handle it, and they've got celebrities. I mean, he's been to Sanford, been to Ole Miss, he's been to all these venues.
I like him. He's the right. You guys have the right coach for sure. I looked at his background. I had to research to get ready for you because I know you come hot.
You do do your research though, yeah.
And I could tell for a minute though when I first pulled up his thing, it said he was at UCF for a long time, and I was like, oh crap, Scott Frost. He left right before Frost, and I can tell he probably recruited every one of Frost's players that actually helped win Frost's championship.
He was with Gailey there.
Exactly. So I love your coach, and I'm going to just say this. In terms of just pure percentages, Georgia Tech has more room for error and more likelihood of putting together a good game that can win. All we're saying is don't just shit on Colorado in terms of how we built the team, about how we're coaching the team. Our OC is 20 plus years, NFL former coach, has done a great job. Coach Livingston, we are lucky to keep him as DC and pay. I'll pay him anything because he will be a coach. I think we'll be able to keep him because he's a very loyal guy. If Prime left, I'd hire him in a minute just for pure coaching chops. Your point, I'm just talking coaching chops. In terms of your point about celebrities or Hall of Famers, the good thing about the Hall of Famers is they were great at their position and they do have great wisdom. They are not necessarily put in a position of just being inexperienced guys. I actually love our
In
O-line
coaching,
coaches.
they are.
We've screwed up our O-line coaching from the first year to the second year, and now in the third year, I like the way we did it. We got one of our guys, Andre Garad, who was a great buff in the 2000s, played for the Cowboys for 10 years, and coached high school, coached everything down in Texas. So I like our coaching. Do you have a little more big dog, big game experience? Yeah, he's a Saban guy. He's got those experience. Prime has not had great in-game coaching.
And
The
let me interrupt you right there,
Yeah.
because that's the point I think people remember. So the last thing everybody remembers of Colorado last year is BYU just beating the hell out
Yeah.
of them,
Oh well, we were
right?
we
And
were.
and the
Bring
coaches
that up.
haven't changed that much.
The truth is, and I'm gonna I all our guys were just thinking about Travis and the Heisman and didn't even get ready for that game, and you just
I
beat the
don't buy
shit out
that
of
at
them.
all. I don't.
Bullshit.
If that's
That is
true, that's
that is.
coaching.
That's
Give me
bad
a
coaching.
break. Come on, Fergie.
Um.
No, there's no reason to make why give them cover. The coaching was
Oh, the
horrible in
coaching
that
was
game.
terrible. The prep. There were comments out loud that said, "Are we doing enough prep from the players?" So that is shitty coaching. I
Yeah,
agree
well, okay,
1,000%.
and that's leadership,
And
right?
and who do
It
you
is.
bring in that's different than that?
That's what I was asking. That's my question.
What do you mean? Who do you
changed?
bring in?
Who do you bring in that has experience of not doing silly, stupid stuff like that?
I actually think that with Prime being gone during the summer, which was weird as hell, and obviously
that's
finding
Well,
out
that
he had
was weird. I
cancer,
mean, he was sick, and I hope the best.
I actually will
sucks.
tell you that I believe we had a great summer in camp because the leadership was Livingston and Shermer, and we really did a great job bringing in Andrew Swayze for our strength coach, the old Miami Hurricane superstar that built the Hurricanes mega teams. He has made a big difference on discipline and physicality and all
Good.
those things. Does Prime need to coach better? Yeah. Would I, if I put a box up and said strengths and weaknesses, you win on coaching. I will give you coaching. I like our coaching. I like that we've improved. We did not have good running backs and running back coaching. We have better running back coaching in a way that I love what I'm seeing.
with
I
Marshall
love
Faulk.
with Marshall Falk that can give you good. Now, Marshall may not have the intricacies that I wish and experience. I'm an Eric Bieniemy guy. I think the guy's a hell of a running back coach, a hell of an OC. I'd love to have him back, but he's a bit of an ass. But I like what we're trying to do. Our path to victory is narrow, and we got to do
It's running the ball.
it's running and stopping
You
the
have
run.
to.
Agreed.
Have to run the ball.
Agreed. And I like that we have at least the quarterback run. Shador runs backwards. Salter runs forward. I think
Yeah,
that's a win.
there's no joke.
That's why he's fourth string right now.
And he's going to be running for his life if he ever makes the field in the NFL. So, for one thing, let's completely reset. Fergie, you have done a fantastic job representing Colorado.
You have.
Rec came in loaded, and he always has the details. I think if we talk about the differences in these teams, they do have different pluses and minuses. If your team's going to win, Rec, how does it win?
Running the ball. If Georgia Tech runs for probably more than 150 yards in this game, it's probably a wrap for Colorado. They're just because I do think Georgia Tech has the potential to blow the brakes off this game. I don't think they need to. If they can just run, if you can't stop Haynes King and you can't stop Jamal Haynes, we'll just control clock and get out with a 10, 13, 14 point victory. If Georgia, so what I imagine Colorado will do, if I was Livingston, I would press most of the game. I would be all up in our face. We like to throw, when we do throw, we like to throw screen passes. So a lot of man, even though I know the secret sauce is cover two, but you can play man underneath it.
Yep.
But when you're so committed to pressing, you can split guys. You can split a gap, and you're going to have to be very disciplined in that. So if Colorado wins, it'll probably be doing something like that. But Georgia Tech winning, like if you're able to force Haynes King to throw most of this game, I do think you have a good chance of winning.
I would agree. I mean, the beauty is you're talking my era. You're talking running the ball. You're talking the beautiful game, the way it's supposed to be ran. And I think we're committed. I think if Georgia Tech played our team last year, I do think you kicked shit out of us. And this year, I like that we at least are on the path to building a more balanced team, to letting Shermer run some clock. The worst thing, too, about our offense last year is they'd get our defense right back on the field. And that's
Yeah,
the
your
worst
defense
thing that
was
could
tired.
happen. So
Tired.
we're going to try to run. We did stop the run better last year. Our PFF grades, our other efforts, and we return every single of our main D line, all the D line moves,
Except for your sack leader.
except for BJ Green. But you're going to learn a new name named Arden Walker. He was the second best sacker, and he's had a great.
Okay.
His dad played. We call him an original buff because people lost all of our traditions with the new wave of the new people you deal with.
That's where you win this game. This is where the game's won, by the way. Now, you led the Big 12. You led the Big 12 in sacks last year, I think. You were big and physical and good on the defensive front. Brent Key, an offensive line guy. Georgia Tech, despite what some of your coaches say, because Deion's son is running your media, known for having tough physical offensive line. So that is what I'm going to be watching in the game. And that the trenches, I mean, it's cliche, but I think it's especially true in this case, is where this game is won and lost.
I would agree.
What's Colorado's, and I'm going to say it, a narrow avenue for victory?
Clean game, number one. You cannot turn the ball over. A team that's going to burn the clock, that'll just kill you. You lose one or two possessions, that could absolutely murder your chances. I do like our chances of doing some nice play action. I think we got to run the ball decently effective with K-Salt and with the running backs and get some decent yards. Give us 3 or 4 or 5. And if you guys who you talk about our rush in the passer, you had not shown good pass rush yet. You're hoping for better. And so if you're defending the run, if your corners have to be hold up longer, I really do like Salter throws a great deep ball. We got some serious speed. I think we could try to run, knife you up a little bit and then try to go over the top. And if we do that and we can score and stay clean, keep the score close, I like where we're going. I like our special teams. I think there's a chance. I have no idea, Rec, if you're special teams. I think we have a chance to pop a kick return or a punt return. We have that type of skill on those positions. And those are, so if you don't turn the ball over and you steal a score on special teams, I think we're in it together. Maybe it's a tie game up into the 4th. So I'm excited about the game. People talk about, listen, altitude is 1% of the issue. It's not that big a deal. But the stadium, have you ever?
I don't know about that. I don't agree with that.
My point is that these young kids, if they're smart and they can just run through it. I used to play up and down. I mean, Nathan, I think it helps us train better. And I think it helps us that's why the Olympic Training Center is here. But I believe that it's not like it's going to completely put them on the ground. Now, if we did to them what they want to do to us, and we did like a 15-play run drive, I would be concerned about your defense. They would be a little bit hurting a little bit. But I feel I'm excited about the game. My point is our stadium is unusually tight. It's just a really goofy design. It's the tightest. Your guys are going to crap when they realize they're 6 yards from the sideline and our fans are in their hair. It's scary. I will just tell you that right now. We're like Oklahoma State. We're kind of intimidating. So there might be a few moments where people are like, why the hell is this so here? You know what I mean? So
Colorado's got a chance if they get to the 4th quarter within 1 score. I think Georgia Tech has a chance to blow the thing out by halftime.
Nathan's not many people have flat come into Boulder and blown us out. Kansas State.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I can see the game going either way.
Understood.
I like Georgia Tech scoring quickly. Tempo.
Yeah, but that's not their style. I mean, you're right.
I haven't seen. The problem is I've seen Colorado now, right?
This is not your mama's Colorado. Unfortunately, in the portal, which is hard to say that you're better switching 40 players. I agree. That is so odd to me. I love watching the kid, the red shirt, that 5th-year senior that's playing ball. But the truth is, we've done a great job of slowly rebuilding our classes. We had no team.
I understand. No, I'm not knocking Colorado.
Nathan, our roster is legitimately built with great size, strength, and ability, period. And you cannot sit there and act like we are some kind of, I mean,
I'm
some
sorry if
kind of
it's
just.
coming across like that. That's not what I'm saying.
Well, I think
Yeah,
I think
Nathan.
there's a misbelief of you saw it last year in your game. Kalani had a great plan, and you did your thing.
But that
I
wasn't the
feel,
only time that happened to Colorado.
yeah, I agree. But
I mean,
we
you
still won
could
9.
say if that was the bowl game
We
that
s-
everybody throws
we
away,
still
Shador
won.
played, Travis Hunter played, everybody who went to the NFL were in
We
that
still
game.
we still won 9 games, and we still won the Heisman. We won it in a very goofy ass way. We won it in
Yeah.
a Hollywood way.
You mean the Heisman?
Yeah.
I mean, I have no problem with Travis Hunter winning the Heisman. I do think he was the best player in the country.
He's fantastic.
Now, as far as
He
your wins, I mean, you have 3 wins against FBS teams with winning records. So Deion still doesn't have, and this one I'm really talking about with coaching. Deion has 0 marquee wins with a Heisman Trophy winner and the greatest quarterback ever in many Colorado fans' minds.
That was a tough swallow for you to say that to me, though, in terms of Cordell Stewart and all the other boys that,
They're
QBs.
better quarterbacks to me, but I'm talking about most Colorado fans would not agree with that.
Understood. Listen,
there's a generational gap.
listen,
there.
we're
Come
coming,
on.
we're
Yeah.
coming off,
Let's be
the
clear.
mat. I'm a kind of fan that I do see the progress I wanted to see. I do see a 5-year plan. That's people's attitude about
You
prime.
think Deion's long term at Colorado?
I believe strongly he'll coach 2-3 more years and then retire from all coaching.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he has a commitment to the school to build the program back up, to make us as good a team as we can be. I see your team and our team as almost, we're buddies in the sense 700 wins, top 30 program, historically good, kind of been sucking in both conferences. We want to get to the Power 2. We want to talk our shit. I will say, Rec, I wish we were playing you in December and we could throw some yellow snowballs at you guys. But,
Well, we
us
play
old,
them next year too.
us old fans used to joke about, push the old lady down the stairs and throw yellow snowballs in the old days. But it's just rowdy up here.
Colorado or Nebraska used to be something else.
So that was the Nebraska old ladies.
I understand. So this is going to be a fun game, right? Everybody's looking forward to it. This is a fantastic weekend. Are there any other games that you guys are focused on? If you can take the blinders off and look at the rest of college football this weekend.
Bill Belichick at North Carolina and TCU is going to be a disaster.
I agree.
And I am so. I've been more right about North Carolina than their own fan base has.
There you go.
I told them Jeff Collins would retire Mac Brown in a year. I was right. All right. So they haven't won the ACC since Jimmy Carter was the president. And it ain't going to change with Bill Belichick. So that's going to be a fun game for obvious comical reasons. LSU Clemson, I think, is probably the one I'm going to have the most fun watching in the true Death Valley, if you ask Pigskin Pete.
That's a good one. Nate, you and I were talking about it. It's Catholics versus convicts.
I think so.
It's the fact that I just really want Notre Dame. Now, I do not dislike Notre Dame's coach. I think he is a wonderful guy, good coach. Freeman is the right guy there. But man, do I want to give Lou Holtz before he leaves the earth. I want his program to lose. He talked so much about us in 89 and 90 in the Orange Bowls.
You hate Lou Holtz?
I do hate Lou Holtz. Sorry.
He's kind of a little cripple guy.
It's like hating Mr. Rogers or something.
I know. I hate that. So sorry.
All I know is in '88, Miami. So at the end of the day, I think this weekend is going to be fantastic.
This proves though, like what I love is I would love a rivalry with Georgia Tech. I would love to play Georgia Tech every year. I feel like they're the kind of program and the balance between the histories where you want to build those rivalries. The idea of creating these conferences and saying that Colorado, Cincinnati, or Colorado, our rival is Nebraska. We don't see them on the schedule now for years. Our other rival, in my opinion, in a weird way, you might say, is Baylor. We actually despise Baylor. That people may be surprised in that, but there's an old fashioned that they limped their way into the Big 12 from the Southwest. They had to be politically moved into the conference, and we were just like, please don't. And then Texas, the conference killer, moving around wherever they want to go to kill conferences. So I love Georgia Tech. Rec, you are a blast in terms of you can light up our young and uneducated and fans.
Jeez, dude.
But
I'm
I will.
an idiot. If young people are looking to me on how to act or conduct themselves, we are screwed beyond all belief.
Yeah,
But you're honest. But you're honest and you're
I am
passionate.
that.
And if honesty and passion could get you a long ways, my point is, and Rick, I'm gonna be brutally honest. Those fans that came along have built us back, and we needed their enthusiasm. We needed their, merchandise sales. We need their
Sure.
YouTube clicks, and without it, there is no other person who would have brought Colorado. I'm dead serious. We joked as alumni and boosters and people like that do we go down? Do we go G6? Because we really had an admin that actually said, I don't like football.
it's
Football's
academics over sports.
It's
for me.
AAU, it's
Come on,
academics.
give me a break. It's all the athletic versus academic crap that we're
Oh,
talking
and
about.
Rick
Football.
knows about that. Oh, I know all about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, and I tell you what, gone are the days when Georgia Tech wins the national championship because they actually win football games. Now we're in this whole new universe that says you have to be politically active. You have to get in with the right people to get the votes. To
Mark
make the playoff.
Teixeira is running for Senate in Texas, I believe.
See, there you
Baseball
go.
player, played for the Yankees for a while. I just saw that today.
Yeah, it's not football the way we used to do it, certainly.
Yeah.
But
it's celebrity. It's celebrity.
And I
I will.
think Deion's done a good job for what he's had.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm kind of like I think it's maybe spread really thin. And I hope Colorado wins.
Well, I will tell you, though, the idea of Prime and his coaching ability, there's no doubt he needs to be the best coach he can be to help us win. He needs to clean up whatever loose ends in terms of just distractions or other things. But I think the way a coach wins these days is actually his staff. I mean, a coach is huge. You got to call timeout. The fact that we take the ball, we win the coin toss on overtime, and we take the ball, and I mean, we do weird things. But when Colorado was really good,
did they really do that?
Oh yeah, over and over, and it was justified that. Well, why wouldn't we want to put the best player on the field first? And I'm like, okay, it worked,
all right,
but it's crazy. But all I'm saying is, like, your staff, our staff back in the day, Coach McCartney was actually considered a goofy coach. Wasn't that slick at doing things, but he had an amazing OC, amazing DC, amazing. Right. He had people. All of his staff became coaches. Les Miles was on the staff. So the idea of,
I think if Deion lets his coaches coach, you guys win more games.
This guy, that's the answer, right?
I'm telling you right now, that's where you're at. Deion gets in the way. He's a leader. People love him. His personality's fantastic. He needs to let the 90-year-old NFL coordinator coordinate.
Yeah.
Get out of the way. That's
I don't know if you guys saw the video, but when Avery Johnson hit that bomb to beat us last year, you'll catch on film Prime and Livingston having a moment, yelling at each other. And I swear everyone believes Livingston said, that's what you get playing man.
Really?
And Livingston wanted to boot more of NFL Bengal concepts, more like when Rec was doing the cover one cover. I was like, Livingston was yelling because we were playing more man to develop NFL corners. We were doing more 10 personnel to develop.
Thing I've never heard.
To develop NFL.
That is so. You're telling me that Deion's
a fan. I do.
Deion's recruiting just to go to the NFL now. So he doesn't care about the wins necessarily. He just wants to get his boys.
I think there was a theory, and let's just be honest, though, 9-4 and successful in a lot of ways beyond our belief.
Sure.
But I would say, would I rather settle back and be solid in the trench, solid as a team, solid as a fan base, be respected? Yes, but we actually don't mind the hate. We love the hate. We're used to the hate. We can feel the hate. We love it. But I want to see solid football played. I've seen good football. Broncos are on the way up. I see us building a big brand new stadium here. Stuff's going good in Denver. We got the best basketball player in the world. But do I want to see the Buffs beat Georgia Tech on tomorrow night? You damn right I do.
Of course you do.
All right, guys. Why would you not? I have had a day. I was going to make a whole thing of this. We were going to do a Q&A, and I was going to get all serious, like I'm, Keith Jackson.
Well, but Rec and I can do some kind of a bet. I will tell you, Rec.
I've already made it.
What's
I
the bet?
want to be. I want to
I'll
be
tell you.
in Atlanta. I will be in Atlanta next year for the game because that looks like a blast.
We'll have to meet up then. Yeah, we'll show you. We'll
Oh.
take you to the Claremont Lounge. Go ahead and research the Claremont Lounge.
Okay.
Can't talk about it on the stream.
I'm glad I brought you guys to the dating game. That's wonderful. I feel so good about my
I would love
evening
to.
now. Boy, this has just been fun. I didn't get any questions. We'll just keep this really light. You guys are. I wish both your teams luck unless they're playing BYU.
Oh, we got to beat you.
and-
You're my number one game. I got that ticket.
Well, I can tell you right now, BYU's not coming into play. All right, just
Bring it.
What?
yeah, that game. Yeah,
You're going
I
to
think
BYU's
cancel
got
it
something to prove. What's that?
I think
in conference? No, you asked me what my bet was. This is a 40-year-old Coke.
Oh yeah.
Oh my!
1984. I can't. I'm not going to be able to get my camera to focus on it. But if by some miracle the Deion Sanderses end up beating Georgia Tech, I will drink as much of this as I can. So I've put my body on the line here.
You know, there's cocaine, real cocaine in that. I drank it in high school.
Well, I mean, I'm not admitting to doing cocaine.
We lived on what was it called? Suicides at 7-Eleven. All right, let's just go there.
Rick,
I love you guys.
I actually admire without a doubt that is the end result of this. I'll be at the game. I'll come home later, and if I'm going to check the news blotter and see if you're either celebrating or on your back.
I love this. Finn Johnson, thank you for joining the show. Mormons suck. I appreciate that. It's great to hear.
That's great.
You have yourself a great night. All right.
What?
You guys, thank
They're
you
the
so much
nicest
for doing
people.
this. There's some crazy comments, but I didn't want to get them in the way of you guys going off. So
No.
I wish you both luck. This year, I think 2025 may be one of the best college football years ever. There are so many teams that are going to get in a playoff that are going to be really good. I think Georgia Tech has a chance to get in. I am a little concerned about Colorado just because of the changeover.
Should be concerned about both of them getting in the playoffs.
I don't know about that.
I mean,
I'm mean. I have them winning like 5 games.
Nathan,
you
and I.
I have no faith in the changeover. I'm sorry.
Nathan, you know what? That I will say the unique element of Prime to get people to be so passionate about him to go talk crap to Rec, and the thing that people just absolutely despise him. I get it and I don't get it at the same time.
You got to feed off it, right?
Well, it's the extremes are so incredibly powerful, and we're all going to be together tomorrow night. It's going to be a nice, crazy packed house. Rec, I do have a question for you. All the realignment, blah 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 blah.
I hate it. I don't even want to talk about it.
Georgia Tech's in the Big Ten next week. I heard.
I didn't say that. I'm not.
No, it's nonsense. I don't want to bring it up. That's a whole new night. I'm not.
No. The only reason I say
I'm
that
on record as hating conference realignment. The most popular video on my channel is a conference realignment video. I never did another one of them.
Yeah,
because I don't find it interesting.
No, but my question is simple. I don't want to play the real. My point is simple. Georgia Tech has the right coach. You're in the right market. You've got a great history. I feel like similar to Colorado, we have the Denver market. We have our boosters finally back on track. I feel like we're going to be all in. I joke with the boosters. It would be worth us writing a $50 million check the next 2 years to Prime to just say, go get everyone you can, keep your coaches, and try to get us as high up the ladder as you can. Because whatever this P2, P3 element is, it is so be. But I would love to be in a conference. I'd love to be in the Big Ten with Georgia Tech. I would kill for that. That'd be great.
Sure. I mean, the thing is, then you're going to be playing Ohio State, Oregon, Penn State, all of these teams, and my fear would be that we would both possibly end up like Maryland, where it's like, okay, yeah, you're getting paid, but no one gives a crap about you because you're going 6-6 every year.
We need a third answer. That's what we need, a third answer, one that isn't the Big Ten or the SEC. All right, I got to go. I got family stuff tonight. Thank you so much, you guys. I really appreciate it. This was a lot of fun. I hope you had fun.
Rec, good luck. Good luck tomorrow night. I cannot wait to touch base with you afterwards.
All right, I'll be looking out for you.
Everybody, make sure you subscribe. I hope you had a lot of fun. If not, I don't really care tonight. Stay out of trouble and have a great football weekend. 2025 is upon us. Let's go.
Let's go, Buffs.
See ya.
See ya.
Thanks, Rick. Thanks, Fergie.
You bet.
Peace.